Hello there, my dear Capricorns. Welcome to your August 2015 Runescope with me. My name is Amanda. I do want to remind you, as I always do, to check out the video for your rising sign in addition to this very general sun sign reading. It can clarify some things that are a bit sketchy or narrow down some things that may be a bit more general in the sun sign reading. Of course, the only way to get a reading only for you about your specific issues you may be dealing with or any advice or certain decisions that you may have to make in August is to schedule an appointment with me. I do private sessions live on Skype. It's $65 for 30 minutes. Drop me a line at the email address in this video or below this video to schedule an appointment. It's runescopes4u@gmail.com. That's the number 4 and the letter U. Just drop me a line and we'll get you scheduled. But let's see what August holds for Capricorns. Looking good, Capricorn. And I haven't even laid out the tarot cards yet. Let's see what we got here. I also wanted to mention I will be offering another online rune course. It's a 6-week class. And the next session is going to be August 24th through October 2nd. The deadline to sign up for that is Thursday, August 20th at noon Eastern time. So if that's something you're interested in, the entire course is $185. It's all online. You don't have to be there live for any sessions. That would be crazy, as I get people from all over the world taking the class. So it's set up in a way that you can do the work when it's convenient for you. Just drop me a line at the same email address if you want to sign up for that, and we'll get you added to the class roster. The runes can be a great help. Whether or not you want to go on and read for other people, it can be a great help to have a tool for you, just to, when you need guidance on something or a little bit of extra input, or you're making a decision, it can be nice to just be able to pull a rune, find out what the future holds or what direction you should go. So definitely worth considering. But let's take a look here, Capricorn. I'm just kind of looking at these, taking a snapshot, trying to see what we got going on here. A lot of relationship, positive changes going on, but kind of like cementing relationships or getting them back on equal, even footing. Your focus is going to be on your closest relationship. So for those of you who are married or in a partnership or dating someone, your focus for August will be on spending time with that person, kind of getting back on, maybe things have felt off kilter. Maybe, since maybe spring and summer, and now August, you're kind of trying to get things back where they need to be. Those of you who are planning a wedding or planning a ceremony of some sort of big event, you may have felt kind of blocked, or like everything that you tried to do, it was either undone or that things were not going well. With that, you may have felt opposed. By that, I am laughing because it wasn't real. Maybe those things really did happen, but because with the Wheel of Fortune card in reverse, we can sometimes feel blocked, or like we're having just bad luck. Things are not, the harder we push, the worse things seem to get. We try to fix things, but it just seems to make matters worse. Or we try to, be there for someone, but they push us away. That can be another aspect with these runes in particular with this. So I feel like with this rune here, you're protected with this. Something may have been disrupting the schedule, may have been disrupting your time with your person, your significant other, your honey. For a lot of you, it may have been work. I mean, it may have just been, there's been too much work. There's been too much responsibility. And we just haven't had time to spend together. We haven't had time to do things we want to do. We haven't had time to make plans, because I feel like there are plans that have been put on hold that some of you are, you're starting to get concerned about it in August. And maybe when you approach your partner about it, they're like, I don't have time to talk about it. I don't have time for that. And they are being honest, but it's frustrating. And for some of you Capricorn, you can be a workaholic. You're known for that. If you're doing something you really love, you can not know when enough's enough or when it's time to take a time out. So maybe it's you telling your partner, I can't talk about that. I can't make plans about the wedding, or I can't make family plans for this event. I can't talk about what this is we're planning or what we were going to do. Just know that I think by September, that seems to calm down significantly. So if August is still, there are disruptions, I think August actually you're going to start to get your footing back, or think, this will stop happening as much. Maybe you or your partner will have more time. But for those of you who are single, August could be a very interesting month, Capricorn. Maybe you feel like you've had bad luck in relationships, because this Wheel of Fortune, it talks about karma as well. Maybe you feel like, oh, I have bad relationship karma. I've never, and if you're telling yourself this, just be aware you're drawing that to you. It's hard to change those thinking patterns sometimes, believe me, I know, but it is kind of like the more you're thinking about, whatever you're thinking about, that's what you're going to attract to you. So those of you who've been thinking that way, quit it. Knock it off. Maybe you have reason to think that, but there's no reason to think that the future is going to be like that, because maybe you've learned all those lessons. Everybody that comes into our life, good or bad, is there to teach us something, or, we're teaching them. Usually it's both. We're both giving and receiving a lesson in those situations. So having come through that, maybe you're ready. You've graduated. It's time for that good, serious relationship. Now, for those of you who do meet someone new in August, this could really feel powerful with this rune here next to Gifu, the rune of partnership. So, this could be somebody who is just very much a drink of water in a dry, barren desert is what they're showing me. Maybe some of you live in a small town and you're like, I have met everyone in this town. And then somebody moves to town for work. And you're like, who is that? So no matter where you live, no matter how remote, the powers that be have the power to maneuver these things, and they're going to put you where you need to be to meet someone new. So there's nothing wrong with being cautious. I feel like some of you may be a little like, this is too good to be true. You are practical. You're an earth sign. There's nothing wrong with that. But I do feel like, this is just somebody who makes a quiet impression, and they're going to turn out to be a very positive influence in your life. And this doesn't have to be romantic. This could be a new friend. This could be somebody who is just there for you. Maybe it's somebody trying to set you up. Could be a friend trying to set you up. But whoever new comes into your life in August, whether it's a friend or in a relationship capacity, Capricorn is going to be a very positive person, protective person. You're supposed to meet this person. You're being guided by your spirit guides regarding this. And those of you who've had, not enough time to spend with your honey, you're also going to get help with that from your spirit guides, so that your schedule eases up, or your partner's does, so that you can spend more time together and make these plans that you want to make. Because for many of you, these plans you want to make could have to do with securing your finances, securing an investment, maybe a home, somehow increasing your financial worth, increasing your family. Some of you may be talking about getting pregnant. You may be talking about having children and growing your family. But the Nine of Pentacles here indicates that finances are going to be very, very good in August. So it's just when you have the time to make these plans, you'll be able to move forward with them. August is also a time of harvest and karmic balance. So there could be something coming back to you. Next to the Nine of Pentacles, this could be a bonus. This could be a raise. It could be a good time to ask for a raise if you've been asked to take on all these extra responsibilities that are causing you to not have enough time to be with your partner. There could be news or word of a financial increase coming. And, then you will be either making plans for that on your own, if it's not coming through work or through income, but or if it does, you'll be making plans of what you're going to do with that money. we'll finally be able to put a down payment on this house, or we'll finally be able to buy a new car, or we'll finally be able to take that trip or enact these plans that you've had to put off. The help that's going to be available to you has to do with the Hanged Man in reverse. So now in the upright, the Hanged Man is kind of an introspective card, taking time out to see things from a new perspective. The help that's going to be available to you, though, when he's in the reverse is to get out and be social. Maybe you've been too on your own or too cloistered, and now that your partner has time to get out, it's time to go out. For those of you who are single, you know, if you've been spending too many nights at home watching TV, you know, your dream person is not just going to show up on the porch. You know, you do have to get out. It does take effort. So in August, Capricorn, particularly those of you that are single and looking, get out there and look. I mean, you know, you can't look from the couch. You can't look sitting there with your iPad. You got to get out there. You know, even if you're just hanging out with friends, you never know where you can meet someone. It's not like you have to go out on the prowl, but definitely be as social as you can in August. And some of you may have felt like, you know, you're feeling that energy, because I think many of you are going to want to do that anyway. Maybe you feel like you've been to homebody, or you're like, oh, I'm bored, I'm getting cabin fever, maybe you've just been so exhausted from work, by the weekend you're not able to do that. But it seems like the load is lightening if that's the case in August, and you're going to have more time to be social, get out, have fun. Some of you may be going to concerts, you may be dancing. That's what this card reminds me of in the reverse, is that he's dancing. So some of you may be going dancing. Maybe those of you in a relationship or with a partner, maybe you've been talking about taking dance lessons, because they're showing me like a couple dancing a very, one of those old ballroom dances. So maybe that's something you've been talking about doing together. Or something like that you both enjoy, that you've been talking about doing together. You just haven't had time to make those plans. You're going to get that in August. Now the help that's going to be, actually, that was the help that's going to be available to you, is to get out and have fun. You're going to have the time to do that. But what can't be changed? That's where I wanted to go next for August. There may be news coming about the Knight of Rods. And it's interesting because we have the Knight of Rods and what can't be changed. He's coming up in the upright. So this is normally associated with a fire sign: Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries. And in the upright, this is somebody who is very active, but normally younger. So I'm younger than you, somebody you see as younger, or late teens, early 20s. But there may be some gossiping going on about this person, or you may get some sort of news about this person that maybe they've said some things about you, or maybe it's just negative news that you hear about this person. Maybe what this could be is if this is your son, if you have a fire sign child, it may be that they've dropped out of school, maybe they dropped out of college, or they decided they don't want to go to college. And you're not real cool with that. But yeah, Knight of Rods is normally, this is a kid who's probably who could be involved in sports, or just very active, and maybe his job is very physical. Or maybe he's very interested in like weights and bodybuilding and that sort of thing. But he can also be very innovative. He's very visionary. If it's manifesting in the more creative way, he's a self-starter. This is the guy that can't sit in the office. He probably also has a lot of boisterous energy. Kind of the life of the party, this guy. Or if somebody's like planning something that's a really bad idea, like a group of teenagers, the one that's going to have the really dangerous idea, or the idea that's really kind of dumb, is the Knight of Rods. Not afraid of risk at all, the Knight of Rods. But whatever you hear about this person, for you, Capricorn, it's going to actually turn into a victory. So whatever, maybe this kid doesn't want to go to college, or has decided to drop out of school. They're going to end up pursuing something that's more in line with what they're supposed to do. So, whatever they were going to study maybe was not for them anyway. We all have, different paths in life. And someone this age, their path is not necessarily what their parents may do, or, you know, anyone older than them, because, you know, they're not meant to live that life. They're meant to live their life. So we can sometimes have trouble seeing children, our children, as individuals, no matter how old they are, because they're always our children. But that may be the sense with this guy. But what's interesting is over here you have the King of Rods in reverse. So I feel like, you know, for some of you, these are two different people. Again, fire sign energy, Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries. But in the reverse, I mean, the King of Rods is somebody who's made a bad decision, or they rush into decisions. He should know better, but he doesn't. Or maybe he does know better, but he makes really kind of, you know, silly decisions. He takes foolish risks. Yeah, just doesn't really, has no patience, can also have a temper. So for many of you, this will be the same person, because the Knight of Rods could also be this guy who is behaving immaturely. He's behaving like a teenager, but he should be, you know, his age is beyond teenager, so he should be more mature by now. I feel like he is maturing, whoever this is, and actually this is coming up with a lot of positive runes here, Capricorn, and also the rune of intuition. So either your intuition or a female influence around you. Maybe this is somebody who said, you know, this won't, it's not going to stay like this. If this is somebody you've had difficulties with. For some of you, maybe it's your mate. Maybe this is your marriage partner, the person who's been away a lot, or, you know, not willing to commit to planning something, not willing to commit to planning a wedding. They're finally going to, you know, turn around, you know, and, because you got new beginnings around this, and you've got somebody finally putting forth effort in a relationship, making plans. There's finally a harvest. You can finally do these things. And maybe there was a female close to you that's, you know, very intuitive, or you just felt that, you know, with your own intuition, that when she said this, it was right, that it's not going to stay this way. You know, this is going to work itself out. This will get back on track, this relationship or this person. So August, you could see signs of that. For many of you, this may be somebody you haven't heard from in a while, because we have the rune of separation, of a freeze on a situation where it's just kind of stagnant and, you know, kind of stuck in a place that's not really awesome for anyone, but just kind of stuck in a place of inactivity. So that could be, you know, a breakup, a separation, a divorce. This could be an ex you haven't heard from in a while, just a friend or family member you haven't spoken to. But again, I feel like somebody's intuition, or somebody, for many of you, your own, that this would rectify itself. You're going to start to see signs of that in August. Maybe through this news that you hear. Because I almost feel like there's gossip going on, and with gossip, you can never really totally trust it. You know, for some of you, maybe this gossip comes from this younger, maybe this is your child, and they go see their ex, and you kind of find out that this person is coming to their senses through your child, reporting back, you know, dad's kind of, you know, wisening up in his old age, or, you know, is really kind of regretting what happened, or regretting that the way he treated you, or regret, you know, because if these are not the same person, they could be very similar, which would make sense with father and son, Capricorn. But either way, whether they're the same person or not, I do feel like this gossip is actually confirming there's some truth to it. And with gossip, you never know. But I do feel like there's some truth to it. Just that someone has made a bad decision, and they regret that, and they're figuring that out. There are going to be signs in August that this person is figuring those things out. Maybe they start putting effort into a relationship. If it's somebody you haven't heard from in a long time, there may be a chance for a new beginning here. Maybe they reach out to you, or you hear back from them, and you're able to have some sort of real dialogue here. But it's kind of, I feel like the energy with this Capricorn is to let it come to you. Don't push, just kind of let it come to you. It's going to take effort, whatever this relationship is, to either, you know, get on an even keel or get back to where it's not awkward. if this is an ex, you know, but you have a child together, so you have to co-parent. I mean, it's not going to happen overnight. It's a process, but I do feel like it may feel better at the end of August than it's felt in a long time. If there's someone you've been estranged from, you're going to see that there's a chance that this can be, if not fixed, at least put on a better footing here. So, also wanted to mention that with going back to the Nine of Pentacles and Yara here, the rune of legalities, those of you who have a settlement pending or who are waiting on a decision from anything to do with legal stuff, it looks like you'll get good news about that in August. And if you actually don't get the money in August, I think you'll at least hear that you'll be getting it in September, because the 9 here could be significant. It could be signifying September. So, and those of you that this is a new relationship coming in, it could be with this fire sign, you know, so you could be, or somebody with those traits. But I mean, it may be that he is just kind of maybe, if you are dealing with that fire energy, maybe he's wanting to move things along more speedily than you are. Because fire signs are just kind of, okay, we're in, I'm in love with you, 2 weeks in, and let's get married. And Capricorn, you're going to be like, whoa, whoa, whoa. That is way too fast for me. So your momentum, like, you know, he may be Speedy Gonzalez, and you're just like, whoa there. Whoa there, little darling. Let's slow this down. I mean, you know, I hardly know you. So, I mean, don't be put off by that, because, you know, Earth, you can sometimes find fire energy a little overwhelming. They're so different from you, but that's kind of what can make the relationship exciting anyway, is that you are different, so different, and see the world in a different way. It can be a nice balance, but there's definitely something that can be very, very fortuitous for you with this. There's a lot of luck surrounding this relationship, so I do think you're supposed to meet this person if it's not already somebody in your life. I feel like you will be pleasantly surprised with this, if you can just get him to slow down. And be sure to approach it in a way that you're like, you know, I'm very excited about this. I like you too, but I'm a bit of a slower mover when it comes to that. So I hope you don't mind. Be sure and voice that, Capricorn. Don't kind of get caught up in a ride with a fire sign, because before you know it, you'll be at the altar and married to someone that you barely know. Because that's the way that fire energy can sometimes just carry you off if you're involved with a fire sign. So good luck with August, Capricorn. It looks a lot more positive. You're going to have more time to have fun. And I think you dearly need it. So focus on that. Focus on recreational pursuits or things you enjoy in August for sure. And you're just going to feel more liberated by the end and more balanced. So that's what I see for August. Good luck with that. And I'll see you back here in September.